When's the last time you built a data center? Or as far as that goes, refurbished your IT closet? Well, that's what Vertev Holdings does. They are the people who, after the data center is built, after the IT closet is built, they put in everything that makes it possible for the computers to come in and work. The cooling systems, the switches, the valves, everything that has to be done. That's why you've never heard of them, because it's not a big deal until there's been this surge of remodeling, refurbishing, and building new data centers. Not only Amazon Web Services and Microsoft, but the medium and small companies that want their own data center to manage their data. That's all being brought on by artificial intelligence. I want to dig deep into it in this video so that you know why Vertev is up 178% thus far this year.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
Let's start this deep dive into Vertev Holdings on the Best of Us Investors website. This is where I house all of my analysis on my bus portfolios. Let's look at the bus 13. That's where Vertev is found. What you'll find here is, first of all, an explanation of what the bus portfolios are all about. And then this is a video I did on how to manage losses. You'll find that graphic right here at Eliminate Losses. But here is where I actually analyze all the stocks in the portfolio, and here's Vertev, VRT. As you can see, it's only been around, about 5 years. It's had an average annual return of 32.67%, and as you can see, in the last year, it's up 195. In the last year to date, 187. 11% in the last month, and down 2%, 2.6 for the week. Then I want you to look down here, because these graphics are very good to help you focus on what is working and what's not. Here you see NVIDIA, that's self-explanatory. Here's Supermicro computers, that's easily understand. Here, that's maybe not one that you know totally. And then here's Vertev Holdings right next to Modine. And you can see those 4 stocks kind of stand out, 5 stocks from the rest. Modine I don't own yet. In fact, Modine and Vertev are kind of in a similar business. Modine is one that does all the cooling. They're the HAV providers for data centers. Now, over here you can see where I've tracked Vertev to give us this is what their current price is. That's what it was in January. And that's how we calculate and maintain these numbers as to how they're doing. Then what I want to show you over here, this is their 200-day moving average. And so what I do is say, how far from that moving average are they right now? Well, they've got a 48, almost 49% cushion. Now, I want to point out what happens when they do get down and should go below that 200-day moving average. We get an alert, and here's INTT. We got an alert that when it got below the 200-day average, we put a sell order and we got out of it. Same thing actually happened to ASML just last week. They went under the 200-day, and so we got out of it. But this is how I track stocks and how I make this tracking available to those people who are in the tribe, who are on the bus. So as you can see, it gives you a running analysis of the stock. So let's dig in a little deeper into Vertev. I like to start my exploration into a stock on Seeking Alpha because it gives me a concise means of looking into all the elements of their financials and their past performance. There's a link in the description if you want to become a member of Seeking Alpha. That'll give you a discount. As you can see here, the first thing that sticks out at anybody is the chart. And as you can see, they're up 178% year to date. For 1 year, 191%. Then what I like to look at is what's their earnings per share. It's a forward $1.60, PE ratio of 23. And for a tech stock, I think that's pretty agreeable. Then what I want to do is look at their rating system. This is the rating by Seeking Alpha Analysis. It's a buy. Wall Street has it as a strong buy, and their quant system has it as a hold. I'll do a separate video in the next couple of days about what their quant system is so you understand that better. Then what I like to do is come down here and read what exactly they do. And what you'll read is that they basically build the infrastructure for data centers. And that means whether it's a 3 football field size or it's in a medium-sized company and it's a large closet in their building. These are the people who bring in the things that make it work, the cooling systems, the switches, the gauges, that sort of thing. Then what I like to do is click on here and go to their website. A leading global critical digital infrastructure provider. They fill the closet, okay? And they do it with whatever is needed. Then I wanted to look and see what are their products and services. And you can read the copy, but basically it's and the power supply, the power systems, the power distributor, the transfer switches. I think you get in the drift. Then you get into thermal, heat rejection, high density solutions, outdoor package systems. What that I've come to learn, that means you got the heat in. How do you suck it out of the building and get it outside? Room cooling. This is air conditioning. Rack cooling, row cooling. They're the people who, once the data center is built and the computers are bought, these are the people you bring in, the subcontractor that says, make it work. Okay? They even make the racks that go into the data center, or, as I said, if you're a smaller business and you're getting into your own AI and you want to keep your AI on site and make all this happen within your building, you build a room, you build a closet, and then you go to Vertev and say, okay, build it out with what I need. Now, what this also does, and if you get into their financials, you'll see their volume hasn't changed a lot since the beginning of this year, and their projections in the next year. Volume is not up, but their margins are up because the demand for their product is larger than the supply. So that's why I get into this kind of company. Then what I do is I come back to Seeking Alpha and I go to their financials. I look at I look at these charts. This is revenues. Are they growing? Are the revenues going up? And as you can see, they are. They're growing steadily and have had a good surge in the last. This is year to date, 2023 year to date. I then want to look and see if their earnings are going up. Are they making any money? And here you can see they were actually operating at a substantial loss up until 2020. And that's when things turned in 2021. Well, we know what happened in 2021 and 2022. We had the emergence of artificial intelligence. We had the big behemoths saying, we got to get ready for this artificial intelligence. It had a bit of a slowdown in 2022. And then you can see all hell broke loose. And we can see that if we go over here to their earnings and we look at their earnings estimates, and you can see for 2023, their earnings estimates jumped by 200%. That's why the price is up as high as it is this year. As they project in the future, it's going to be up 19% in 24, and then 13.6 in 25, and 15% in 26. And that coincides with some growth in their revenues. So you can see here their earnings are outpacing their revenues. So their margins are getting better. They're becoming more efficient at what they do. And that's what drives stock prices. I analyze stocks. That's how I look at them and say, do they have a bright future? And in all fairness, I'm not up 176% on Vertev. I'm up about 56% because I didn't buy it at the first of the year or year to date. So with that in mind, what I want to share with you is, well, then if that's the case, Kerry, when do I buy into Vertev? Is it already done its run? As we saw, it was up 200% in its revenues in 2023 thus far, but is it over? because it's only projected to grow by 19% next year? My answer to that question is that's why I've asked Mark, who runs our swing trading program, to come in and help me manage my stocks in my bus portfolios, to help my tribe members who are now just joining, saying, where should I buy in at Vertiv? Where is the resistance level? Where is the support levels? We believe it's going to continue to grow. It may not grow at 176% a year, but if it pulls back, where will it pull back and when will it pull back? Well, that's all more of technical analysis. I'm not key on that. I'm more of a financial. I look at it and say, its momentum has changed. This is why it has changed. This is why it's going to change. This is where you try to buy in. But those of my tribe who come in later, where do they get in? And that's the next step we're going to do on the website, is bring technical analysis into the stocks that we have now and trying to figure out where to buy them. As an example, NVIDIA got up to, I believe it was $495 a share, and then it dropped back to almost $475 a share. Well, how would we have known that that was going to happen? Technical analysis would have told us that, okay, it's starting to pull back. How far down will it go? And Mark is able to give me a good idea as to where the buy-in price is. And you might see that there are some of the stocks that in fact, I showed you on the chart that I'm not yet in, but I have picked a price at which I want to buy it. I just recently bought Snowflake that way. Again, based on technical analysis. That's what we're bringing to you. We're not just want to be a talking head that says, look at this, look at this, and look at this. This is great. I want to give you the fundamentals. I want to give you the technicals and help you make better investment decisions. That's what this is all about. That's what I enjoy doing. That's what I spend at least 4 or 5 hours a day doing the research, making the video, and sharing it with you. If that makes sense to you, if that's something that you think is of value, what I want you to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and go down into the comments and make a comment, because that's how YouTube determines, is this video worthwhile? Are people commenting? Are they giving their feedback? And are they engaging? If you'll do that, you'll help me help other people make better decisions. Now, the other thing I would suggest to you is join our team. Get on the bus.